Hello, it's Catherine Maley, author of Your Aesthetic Practice. How frustrating is it to spend a ton of money, staff time, and resources on internet marketing for new cosmetic patient leads, only to have those very leads come in as prospective patients and leave as prospective patients still? You can't afford to waste any more time or money on marketing if you're not converting these leads. It's too expensive, it's too competitive, it's too crowded to not do everything within your power to convert these internet leads into paid procedures. So here's a typical consultation scenario. You thought you had a great consultation with your prospective patient, Sarah. Sarah had a good consultation with you and your staff. She asked lots of questions and you had a great connection. At least you thought you did. But then you find out from your coordinator, Sarah ended up saying, "I gotta think about it," and then walked out the door. Now what? Maybe your staff emails or calls them and then they're dropped in the dead leads file. You move on to the next consultation that you hope converts and the cycle of waste continues. So why don't patients book? Since cosmetic rejuvenation is a very personal as well as emotional decision, there are all sorts of reasons why prospective patients don't book. Maybe they had other consultations lined up. Maybe they don't have a comfortable way to pay for it. Maybe they're confused about something you said, so now they're going to go back and research it before deciding to move forward. Or maybe they received bad news that morning, or they got flack from their family when they told them about meeting with you, or a dozen other benign things could have happened that had nothing to do with you. It could have had everything to do with the patient's frame of mind at the time that prevented them from moving forward. The point is, people change, their moods change, and their circumstances change. So you can never assume anything. So what do you do when you can't convert consultations? Let's say you did everything right and now you're stuck because you don't know how or even if you should follow up for fear of looking as if you're chasing the patient. We'll use these strategies to follow up professionally and close the procedure. So here's the protocol. Develop a follow-up protocol to follow each and every time to follow up on revenue-generating consultations that didn't book yet. Otherwise, it's too easy to never get around to following up because there are a million other things to do. Protocol takes the emotion out of it and it becomes what you do automatically, no matter how busy you are. Now we're going to collapse time. Time is your enemy in the follow-up process. The more time that goes by without the prospective patient hearing from you, the more distant you become to them. You collapse time by following up quickly, repeatedly, and often. That's how you differentiate yourself from your competitors who follow up weeks later or never. You also want to add a sense of urgency to your follow-up. Since it's human nature for prospective patients to put off making a big decision, you want to counter with a sense of urgency to get the patient off the fence. So you give them very compelling reasons to stop procrastinating. For example, maybe your schedule is following up quickly, so you need to book now or you'll have to wait. Or your prices are going up next month. Or if you can have surgery on a Wednesday next month, they get a $500 price reduction. Or if you want it done before the wedding, the summer, etc., you need to take into account the recovery time. For example, even though the downtime is less than 7 days, there's still a lot of limited activity like swimming and dancing that they can't do. So they'll want to get it done before this certain date. You need to customize these to your liking and then use them in your standard protocol so you get comfortable telling the prospective patient why they need to make a decision now rather than later. I'll tell you this, the most successful cosmetic practices have systems in place to follow up quickly, strategically, and consistently. They spend a lot of time, money, and effort attracting prospective patients, so they do all they can to see it through to a yes. These fixture follow-up strategies pave the way for your staff to do all they can to confidently convert these valuable consultations. If you need help with your own follow-up, simply go to www.catherinemaley.com for the details, and let's do a call to determine if it'd be helpful to outsource this part of your lead generation plan, since somebody needs to follow up on your leads.